So I'm Tamsin, I'm the academic lead for a DFID-funded project looking at the links between women, work and violence. So in a nutshell, we're exploring how women earning an income may or may not build their resilience in terms of challenging the forms of violence that they face. So the project itself is in 3 different strands. We have been in particular looking at the findings in relation to strand 1. So in strand 1 we have conducted a number of qualitative interviews with women and also some men who are engaged in working in the construction industry in an area of Kathmandu called Monhara, just near the airport. And we went and conducted a field visit there in order to just get some greater sort of visual context to the findings, which in themselves are really very interesting. The second part of that strand has been interviewing women who are working in the dance bars of Tamil, so in the informal entertainment sector. And those interviews have been supported by a wonderful organisation called Raksha Nepal that we also managed to visit. So we've been doing the rounds, visiting various key stakeholders and sharing some of the initial findings from that strand, and also meeting with our researchers, our research team here on the ground. So in terms of the findings that we've been able to share, although the report is still to be finalised, we have found quite clear evidence that there is no link between women earning an income and automatically building resilience to forms of violence. What is clear is that earning an income is vitally important, not just in terms of poverty alleviation, but also in terms of building self-esteem and self-confidence. What does matter in terms of resilience to violence is whether or not women are plugged into local women's organisations that are working specifically on that issue. We've also discovered that the role of social mobilisers is really important in terms of operating as a link between the women and organisations. So in terms of programme recommendations, we feel quite confident we'll have a number of things that we'll be able to say. In terms of the types of violence that women suffer, they've suffered violence within the home. There's also high levels of insecurity in terms of transport to and from work. There is evidence of quite widespread sexual harassment while on construction sites. Perceptions are quite strong that rape is one of the main forms of violence that women face. Whether or not that's true in terms of prevalence or whether or not that's perceptional, we're not sure, but that came through quite clearly in the findings. The work that we've done in Tamil shows very similar kinds of findings in terms of the importance of women organisations that are responding specifically to the problems that women in that sector face. Again, we found a high level of agency and self-confidence and a desire to move beyond working in the informal entertainment sector and into more business-orientated income-generating activities. So that in a nutshell is where we are at, more to follow. Is that enough?